My name is Shaun Leonardo. I'm an artist, and you are now seeing the work, my work, as backdrop to the exhibition Whisper or Shout. I'm here because just in a few hours I will be performing a performance art piece called the Eulogy with an entire marching band. Teenagers of the Berean community drumline from East New York. All the power is in what happens tonight. All the power is in what it connects with the people present. And so there's no accident why we invited people to attend in funeral attire. This is a funeral, and this is an actual eulogy.
What? Thank you. Are you waiting for me to tell you? What good will it do? What if I said that this isn't a funeral? That it's a holiday celebration?
All of my work, my career has really centered on definitions of masculinity. Broadening those definitions, questioning, problematizing preconceived notions of what manhood is. And now when Trayvon Martin was murdered, and I used that word purposefully, I looked at his image and two things started to happen. One, I was reminded of the same fear that was instilled, that was embedded at the center of my chest, right? The same fear that really stemmed from, let's say, a distrust growing up in Queens, right? Now I'm a Queens, I'm from New York City. The second thing that started to occur and started to surface emotionally was that I realized that that young boy, his face could very well have been my face, could very well have been the face of a number of different people growing up that I grew up with, but also could be my son. I'm having a kid. I'm having a baby. The due date is May 30th. And so I had this emotional upheaval and I didn't even quite understand. And then I realized that I was coping with the fact that my potential son, my kid, was going to have to grow up with that same fear. And it would have been hypocritical, based on my practice, it would have been hypocritical of me to not address masculinity in terms of young brothers of color. And so I'm reading this book. And what I really became inspired to do was take those words and instead of address and memorialize Brother Todd Clifton, that I would then insert the names of young men of color that have died at the hands of the police between the last 3 and 5 years. Unfortunately, it was very easy to do. There was no lack of names.
His name was... His name was... His name was...
It is personal. It is personal in the same way that anyone that witnesses those videos or experiences any level of aggression with authority, with power, that it might be personal for them. It is in our surroundings. You know, it is very much part of our reality. And I just thought to myself, what could I do, not only to further the conversation around police violence, but to force it into people's hearts? I wanted to do something that hurts, right?
Go home and forget him. He's in this box, newly dead. Go home and don't think about it. He's dead. And you got all you can do to think about it.
And it's not about empathy for me, and it's not about revisiting some sort of trauma, not about a level of catharsis. It's about bearing witness to something that is incredibly, incredibly awful and powerful.
Tell them to get out of the box and teach those cops to forget that rhyme. Tell them to teach those cops that when they call you nigga, make a rhyme the trigger that the guns backfire.